Your Honor, like I said, hopefully his felony comes in and maybe that will dispose of these misdemeanors with a plea on that.
All right. Let me do April 7th, 2022 at 2 o'clock for Mr. Cesario Ramos. April 7th, 2022 at 2.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. Maybe excused.
Yes, you may. Mr. Ramos, I'm resetting your case pending the felony, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kennedy, what do you have?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge. I represent Mr. Alexander Aliman in numbers 29 through 31.
29 through 31, Alexander Aleman, that's a CR 2001985H, CR 1804765H, CR 2106262H, Alexander Alfonso Aleman. All right. Mr. Rogers has called us, Mr. Kennedy, requesting a reset on his case for March the 24th. Just FYI.
Judge, that's fine. I tried calling him, but the number that I have is not working, and we're working the case together. We anticipate a plea, Your Honor.
All right. So can I give you the same day at 2 o'clock, March 24th?
Yes, Judge, that'd be just fine.
Perfect. 3/24/2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Have a good day, Your Honor. Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, Santos, can you hear me now?
I can, Judge. I guess it froze.
Okay.
I could hear you, but I couldn't see no picture, and I couldn't speak at all.
No problem. We're here on CR 1909876H at Aclio Benito Garcia, set for trial on Monday. Your announcement, Santos?
First of all, my client is here in the office, Judge. He's right here with me.
I do see him.
Your Honor, this is a case that I think we're going to want to work out. It probably will mean we'll have to plead to the court in this case. I already discussed my client's options, and I think it's best under these particular facts that we try to work something out.
All right. Can I give you a plea date, say, what do you think, 2 to 3 weeks?
It can be sooner, whichever the court wishes.
Okay. So I'm going to set it up for a plea. Let me give you March the 22nd, Santos, just because in case something happens between now and next Thursday, which is the 10th, then spring break gets in the way and the court's going to be out.
All right.
So I'm going to do March 22nd with if you're okay with that date.
Is that going to be in the morning, Judge?
No, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or I can do the 24th.
I have a federal case set already at 2 on that day.
How about the 24th?
24th. Okay, that's better. That'd be Thursday at 2.
Yes, Thursday at 2.
Okay, 3/24/2. Okay, I'm going to ask Your Honor, how does this work? I haven't done one of these cases, a plea to the court. I guess we just get the documents, sign them, and judgment will be held off until we actually do the plea.
Right. So just sign the paperwork. The state will make their recommendation. It's just an open plea to the court, but with the same paperwork already signed.
All right. I just wanted to confirm that. That's all we have. Thank you, Judge.
No problem. The state will send you the paperwork. Apparently there's 2 sets.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Mr. McPherson, what do you have?
Judge, I have numbers 22 through 26. Matthew Riddle.
Matthew Dillon Riddle, yes. This was a reset, correct? What was the reason for the reset, Mr. McPherson?
Because it was, I believe it was reset because it was set right before the felony case, and y'all usually like to come after the felony case to find out what happened in felony.
And did he go to felony court yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
Okay.
He went to felony yesterday. This is the defendant that's been found not competent. So he was awaiting a bed for a mental hospital. but it appears it's going to be 6 months, maybe up to a year before he could go. So Judge Ramirez is looking for a way to try to bond him out or get him out of jail. So I told the judge I would have his mother visit with him. And, you know, she wants to make sure he'll listen to her. But she called the jail and they won't let her visit with him. They said he has not put her down on his visitation list. And so the first time she could see him is sometime in April. But I think Judge Ramirez wants us to move before that. And, you know, last time we were in court, we gave the defendant his mother's phone number, but he won't call her for some reason. And so I would still make the plea with him to please call his mother so she can talk to him.
How about we do this? How about I bring him on Tuesday and he here in person, and we can have him meet here in person.
Yes, that'll work good.
Okay, so let me do this. Let me, the state's gonna be looking into some matters about medications and things about that sort. I know that the mother does have constant communication with us. I know she calls us inquiring about her son. If you hear from her, Mr. McPherson, please let her know that I'll need her here in court next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. And then I'll order that Mr. Riddle be brought in person next Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
Do I need to be there or I don't have to be there?
You know what? Let's do next Thursday. Let's do next Thursday, the 10th? The 10th.
Next Thursday at 2?
Yes, Thursday at 2.
And again, do I need to be there or I don't have to be there?
You can appear via Zoom, Mr. McPherson.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work very good, and I appreciate it. She really wants to talk to him badly.
3:10 at 2 o'clock, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
May we be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Del Bosque, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 11 through 17. President ready for a plea on Juan Manuel Morales.
All right. And is he pleading on all 3 cases?
There's 2 cases that he's pleading, Judge. There's some rebels, and then 2 of the cases will be dismissed.
All right. Can we talk about which ones are you guys going to be going on, and which ones are you?
The 2 that I cited up on, Judge, was CR 21-03033H and CR 21-03034H. The 2 that are going to be dismissed are CR 21-132H and CR 21-14002H. The other cases, the CR 21-00847B, that's an evading arrest. That's a revocation. That's already been a maxed out probation, Judge. The next one, 21-00848B, possession. That's a revo as well. And the other one is CR 20-05631B. That's also a possession revo.
All right. So the rebels will be dismissed and extended.
The 2 that can, Judge, there's one that's already at a 2-year probation.
Okay. And so these are dismissed. And the only reason why I ask is just so I can give admonishments on the right cases.
Yes, Judge.
So 11 and 12 are dismissed, 13, 14, and 15 are dismissed, and wherever possible are extended. And then he's playing on number 16 and 17. All right. Mr. Espinosa, can you hear me?
Good morning, Your Honor. I mean, good afternoon, Your Honor. Yes, I can hear you.
Good afternoon. What case are you doing?
Here on Pablo Rodriguez, it's going to be a plea,
Pablo,
drug placement.
36, 37, 38, 39. All of them are going to be drug placement, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Get her camera on.
All right. I believe that's everyone. We will start with Juan Manuel Hernandez Morales, followed by Pablo Rodriguez. Those are the two pleas I think I have right now. All right, so Mr. Pablo Rodriguez, I'm going to need for you to please turn on your camera. All right. Can I have both you, Mr. Rodriguez, as well as you, Mr. Morales, please raise your right hand. Do each of you sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I'll start with Juan Manuel Hernandez Morales.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Pablo Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hand, both over here in CR 2103-034H, as well as CR 2103-033H, State of Texas versus Juan Manuel Hernandez Morales. Sir, is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, you're here before the court charged with the offense of possession or use of an inhalant or a volatile chemical, a Class B misdemeanor. Two offenses, both Class B misdemeanors. Give me 1 second. In CR 2104-832H, as well as CR 20-09-356H, CR 20-09-355H, and CR 2104-833H, State of Texas versus Pablo Rodriguez. Sir, is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here before the court charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, a Class A misdemeanor, evading arrest, Class A misdemeanor, resisting arrest, Class A misdemeanor, and possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces, Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Rodriguez, with respect to your Class A misdemeanors, I need to advise you that those Class A misdemeanors carry a potential penalty of up to 1 year in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you can receive for those Class A misdemeanors?
Yes, sir.
Your Class B misdemeanor, Mr. Rodriguez, and Mr. Morales, your Class B misdemeanor carry a potential penalty of up to 6 months in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you can receive for your Class B misdemeanor, starting with you, Mr. Morales?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Both of you have the right to an attorney and the right to a trial by jury, but you can waive one or both of those rights by signing a document with this court. I'm going to ask both of you, did you have an opportunity to review a document with your attorney before you signed it? I'll start with Mr. Morales.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes, Judge.
did both of you understand that when you signed that document, you were waiving your right to a trial by jury? Did you understand you were waiving your right to a trial by jury, Mr. Morales?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Thank you. Court's going to go ahead and accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane, Mr. Morales?
No, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez?
No.
Counsel, in speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent, able to assist? I'll start with Ms. Del Bosque.
Mr. Morales is competent and able to assist in his defense.
Mr. Espinosa.
Mr. Rodriguez is competent and able to assist in his own defense.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that both Mr. Morales and Mr. Rodriguez are both mentally competent, able to assist their attorneys in their own defense. Do you each understand that if the punishment that I assess, if that punishment does not exceed what is recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission if you decide to file an appeal? Do you understand that, Mr. Morales?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Do you further understand that the court does not have to accept the recommendation of the state? Do you understand that, Mr. Morales?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. At this time, I must ask you, are you a U.S. citizen? Mr. Morales?
No, sir, resident.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, because you're not a U.S. citizen, your plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under U.S. federal law. Do you understand those immigration consequences?
Yes, sir.
Knowing and understanding those immigration consequences, do you still wish to go forward with your plea here today?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morales, to the offense of possession or use of an inhalant or a volatile chemical in CR 21-03-034H, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
To the offense of possession or use of an inhalant or a volatile chemical in CR 21-03-033H, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty on both of these cases freely and voluntarily, sir?
Freely.
Thank you. In CR 20-09-355H, the offense of resisting arrest, search or transport, a class A misdemeanor, Mr. Rodriguez, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the offense of possession of marijuana in CR 21-04-833H, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
To the offense of possession of a controlled substance, misdemeanor class A in CR 21-04-832H, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
To the offense of evading arrest, class A misdemeanor in CR 20-09-356H, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty to these four cases freely and voluntarily, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Court's going to go ahead and accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. I'll call for state's evidence at this time.
It offers plea documents and offense reports as State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as State's Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment as State's Exhibit 4. The state would also, Mr. Defense Counsel, stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court.
Any objections from Ms. Del Bosque?
No objection, Your Honor. So stipulated as to venue and jurisdiction, and so stipulated that the evidence is sufficient.
Any objections from Mr. Espinosa?
No objections, Your Honor. So agreed and stipulated.
There being no objections, state's exhibits are hereby admitted in CR 21-03-034H as well as CR 21-03-033H. It is a judgment of the court that you're guilty as charged. What is the recommendation?
State recommends a $150 fine, court costs 180 days, Hidalgo County Jail, probated for 18 months, SATF, and 20 community service hours. And that recommendation is the same for both cases, Your Honor.
All right, can you repeat that one more time? $150 fine, court costs 180 over 18.
SATF and 20 community service hours.
All right, questions or requests on behalf of your client, Ms. Del Bosque?
Your Honor, I would request that my client, that the court waive the fine and the court costs, and the CSR hours in lieu of all of the time that Mr. Morales has spent in custody. He has quite a bit of credit, Judge, and also because he'll be going to the ATF program, Judge. And also that they run concurrent.
All right, both of these cases will run concurrent. Since he is he gonna report to SATF?
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear you.
Is he gonna be reporting to SATF instanter, or is he gonna be released and then?
I don't
screened and then-
believe that he's going to be released, Judge. I did contact SATF yesterday to see what their turnaround time is, and they're telling me as soon as the court signs the paperwork, it'll be within a couple of days.
All right, court will go ahead and waive the fine, waive the court costs, waive the CSR hours.
Thank
It'll be
you.
180 days suspended over 18 months probation plus SATF. We do need a phone number.
Judge, the phone number that he provided on the paperwork is 956-325-5789.
Yeah. He'll be released to SATF personnel, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I said he'll be released to SATF personnel.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Now, wherever applicable, the revos that are pending before the court, those will be dismissed and extended or just outright dismissed. Is that the position of the state?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Court will approve those modifications. Ms. Del Bosque, anything else?
Nothing further before this court, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You were excused. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. In CR 2104-832H, CR 20-09-356H, CR 20-09-355H, CR 2104-833H, State of Texas versus Pablo Rodriguez. It is a judgment of the court that you're guilty of charge. What is the recommendation for Mr. Rodriguez? Oh, he's being put in the drug court program, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. State recommends placement at the pretrial diversion drug court.
All right. Mr. Rodriguez, is there any reason why you will not be successful in the drug court program?
No, Judge.
All right. When we're going to see each other this coming Monday, March the 7th at 9 o'clock in the morning. You need
Yes,
to be
Judge.
here at the court. No, you need to be on Zoom, I'm sorry, by 8:55, okay? I do need
Yes,
an email number from you so that we can give you the link. We're going to send you the link the day before. Be on the lookout. Or actually on Friday. We're going to send it to you on Friday. So be on the lookout for that, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's your email?
Can I ask you, Judge? I'm gonna get a phone tomorrow. I'm gonna have to make a new email and everything. I don't know if I can send you with my attorney or what, or can I just give you one from right now?
So what's going to happen, what I need you to do is I'm going to give you office number.
Okay.
All right. The office number was put in the chat. It's 292-7740. 292-7740.
Yes, I already got it.
Okay, you're gonna call us and we'll give you the Zoom link tomorrow or the next day.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. All right. Any questions?
No, Judge.
Victoria, I'm assuming you have all his information already since he's.
Just to confirm the phone number with him, Judge. Mr. Rodriguez, if we can have your contact number.
956-614-605. 0589.
0589.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Judge, since you have four cases, will it be one probation?
Yes, one probation. Yes, one probation.
Your Honor, I would also follow up with him tomorrow just to make sure we get an email for him.
Perfect. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse.
Your Honor, I have nothing further. May I be excused?
Your excuse. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Quintana. Number 27 for Mr. Quintana. Angel Gallegos Roel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. We're ready for a plea.
All right. We have the paperwork for him. Angel Gallegos Roel. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure we have it. Okay, Mr. Roel, can I have you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your true and correct name Angel Gallegos Roel?
Yes.
Mr. Roel, you're here before the court charged with the offense of failure to identify. That is a Class A misdemeanor. I need to advise you that a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand the range of punishment you can receive for a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes, I do.
You have the right to an attorney and the right to a trial by jury, but you can waive one or both rights by signing a document. Did you have an opportunity to review a document with your attorney before signing it?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand that when you signed that document, you were waiving your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Or we'll go ahead and accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No.
Counsel, speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent, able to assist?
He's competent, Your Honor.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that Angel Gallegos Roel is mentally competent. Mr. Roel, do you understand that if the punishment that I assess, if that punishment does not exceed what is recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission if you decide to file an appeal? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you further understand that the court does not have to accept the recommendation of the state?
Yes.
At this time, I must ask you, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
To the offense of failure to identify a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes.
Court's going to go ahead and accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. I'll call for state evidence at this time.
It offers plea documents and offense reports as states Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as states Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as states Exhibit 3, and waiver of needs and risk and needs assessment as states Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court.
Without objection, so stipulated.
There being no objection, states exhibits are hereby admitted in CR 22-014-61H, State of Texas versus Angel Gallegos Roel. It is a judgment of the court that you're guilty as charged. What is the recommendation?
It recommends a $100 fine, court costs 22 days, Hidalgo County Jail, credit for 22 days.
This will be a zero fine, zero court cost, 22 days, credit for 22 days time, sir. Good luck to you, Mr. Roel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. All right, that takes care of, I believe, most of our docket, but we may still have some in there at the sheriff's. Sheriff, who do you still have? So I can maybe give you some reset dates if I have them.
We have David Baldasso.
All right, that one, he is in custody, correct?
Correct.
Has the state heard, Shavana, have you heard from Representative Munoz on this one?
No, we've sent a recommendation, Your Honor, but we have not heard back.
Yeah, the 10th. Let's go to the 10th. Reset March 10th.
I also have, I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Alberto Bravo.
Bravo, you said?
Bravo, yeah. Bravo Alberto.
310.
Okay.
310.
And yeah. And Guzman Julius.
Julius,
Guzman.
the 10th.
And Juan Martinez.
324.
And the last one will be Paul Ramirez. I don't have one more. Paul Ramirez.
310.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, one more. Los Torres Abraham.
322.
322. All right, thank you, Your Honor. That'll be it.
Thank you. That takes care of our docket.
Thank you.